watching Daytime Tea Time with Candice. It's time to pour this tea, stir this tea, and sip this tea. Let's get right into it. Alright you guys, so if you have not heard, there is a lot of controversy going on with Disney's only black princess, Princess Tiana. Disney and the creators of the new Wreck-It Ralph movie are under fire for allegedly whitewashing and completely changing the appearance of the beautiful black princess. This snapshot of Princess Tiana from the new Wreck-It Ralph movie has gone viral. In the picture, you can see that Princess Tiana's skin is lighter, her nose is a different shape, her hair is now brown, and the curl pattern is completely loose curls rather than tight curls. Basically, the beautiful black princess that Disney presented in their first black princess movie, Princess and the Frog, has been completely changed around, from her hair to her skin to her nose. The only other Disney princesses or characters of color in the scene are Princess Jasmine, Moana, Pocahontas, and Mulan. And honestly, in my opinion, they all seem to be a little bit lighter than their original characters from their movie, especially Pocahontas. Pocahontas is straight up looking like she's a white woman. I'm just saying. Well, anyways, after all of our judgment on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, Disney has decided to go ahead and change Princess Tiana back to her beautiful brown skin, beautiful brown hair, and beautiful round nose that we first saw in her movie Princess and the Frog. Now, like I said, Disney made all of these changes after all of the backlash, and also after the amazingly beautiful and talented Anika Noni Rose confronted them and asked for an explanation. Anika Noni Rose is actually the voice of Princess Tiana. You may also know her from the Oscar award-winning movie Dreamgirls, where she starred alongside Beyonce and Jennifer Hudson. Well, yes, Miss Anika Noni Rose, the voice of our beautiful black princess, Princess Tiana, has spoken up and explained that she actually had a meeting with Disney to figure out, number one, why Princess Tiana looks so different, and to discuss what they can do to change it. Anika took to Instagram saying, "I've been very quiet on this subject because it was important for me to do my due diligence before publicly addressing something as near and dear to my heart and face as Princess Tiana. This summer, new images were released where she looks very different, with lighter skin and sharper features. I was as surprised as most of my fans were. Aside from my personal feelings, I noted how people felt online and in my DMs, and I was glad to see that people are still very much in love with and supportive of our princess. My team and I immediately put in a call to the studio to talk about the visual changes, and 3 weeks ago, I had a meeting in person with the Wreck-It Ralph team, my original animator Mark Henn, and others. They explained how CGI animation did different things to the characters' color tones in different light compared to hand-drawn original characters, and I was able to express how important it is to the little girls, and let's face it, grown women, who felt represented by her, that her skin tone stay as rich as it had been, and that her nose continued to be the little round nose that Mark so beautifully rendered, the same nose on my very own face and on many other little brown faces around the world that we so rarely get to see represented in fantasy. When we were making Princess and the Frog, I'll never forget Mark asking me if there were any things I wished to see on her, and amongst the first things I said were a round nose, full lips, and that she be left-handed. He made certain to incorporate these things as he created my likeness as a princess then, and he sat with me in this meeting showing me the steps they were taking to bring those things back that got lost in the move from hand-drawn to CGI. It was important for me to hear what Disney had to say and to have an open dialogue about legacy and representation. They did not have to make time to give me a presentation on the process, but I'm very glad they did. I also appreciate that this far into the process, Disney had enough care and respect for all who love Princess Tiana and her legacy to spend the time and money to make the adjustments necessary. In doing so, they recognize that her legacy is also their legacy. Two things I'm very proud to be a part of. Y'all, that is amazing, and I commend Anika Noni Rose for taking the time to sit down and talking to Disney and the producers and creators of Wreck-It Ralph and getting down to some changes. And she made those changes happen. So thank you, Miss Anika, okay? Okay, y'all, so let's get into my opinion. Y'all know I always give y'all the story first, and then I'll let y'all know my opinion. So, I'm definitely giving Disney and the creators of Wreck-It Ralph the side eye. I'm not a cartoon animator, but all I know is you cannot blame CGI for a completely different looking Princess Tiana. Now, for those of you who don't know what CGI is computer generated imaging. It's used for special effects created using computer software. Okay, so they're saying that the skin tone is lighter because of CGI. Okay, so who actually drew her very big, full, loose curls in her head? That has nothing to do with color or lightness, okay? You gave her a completely different curl pattern, okay? A completely different nose shape. That's not CGI. That's the illustrator, okay? The illustrator. We all learned that word in like kindergarten, okay? The illustrator is the person who drew the character. Who drew her? Who drew her and gave her those curls? Who drew her and gave her that nose? I'm just saying, make it make sense. So don't sit here and tell us it's because of CGI. Nah, y'all had a different vision for this movie. Somebody thought they was slick and they wanted Princess Tiana to look a little bit lighter. Because y'all know how society is. Society always wants to make darker skin or brown skin people feel like they're not as beautiful as light or white people. Colorism is a tale as old as time, okay? Every single race in this world can understand what I'm talking about, and we recognize it when we see it. And I don't care what anybody else says, that is definitely what was happening with this whole Wreck-It Ralph movie and the Disney princesses having Tiana look super light-skinned and Pocahontas look super light-skinned. But I love Anika Noni Rose because I think she knew she was up on game, but she handled it professionally. She had a meeting with them, and at the end of the day, Princess Tiana got her brown skin back and her dark hair. Okay, so another thing I want to discuss on this topic is the fact that I've been seeing a few comments of black women who are lighter skinned being offended that this is even a problem. Now, in the shade room, I screenshot one of the comments that I saw. I'm gonna protect that person's identity because I don't want y'all going to her Instagram and, you know what I mean, causing problems. But let me read to y'all what this person said. Now, one person said, so I'm not black because I'm light skinned with sharp features? Oh, and another person went into detail saying, why does it have to be whitewashing? Tiana was dark skinned. I'm tired of people acting like black women don't come in different shades. This light skin, dark skin complex is so tired and puts us all at odds with each other. And then she goes on to say that her dad's mother is from Spain, which is why she has lighter skin. Now let me skip to the bottom, you guys. She says, we are all one chromosome away from being 2 shades lighter or darker than we are now. It's amazing how quick some folks are to bring up darker this or lighter that, but in the same breath, talk about empowering black women. Okay, so I chose that comment for a reason, because I think that a lot of people are really missing the point about this whole situation with Princess Tiana being light-skinned when she should be dark-skinned. It's not about light-skinned women not being considered black. It's about Disney choosing to present our first black princess in one way and then changing her to being light-skinned. If she had started out as a light-skinned black woman, this wouldn't be a problem. And also, it was not just Princess Tiana's skin that was changed. It was her nose shape. It was her hair color. It was her hair curl pattern. The features that define most black women. And I say most black women because we all do come in different shades and colors and features. I am a brown skinned girl. My mother is extremely light skinned. But of course, we're both black women. But what I'm saying is, Disney presented her one way and then changed it, okay? This is about representation, y'all. We rarely ever have dark-skinned women or cartoon characters represented. So for them to change her skin tone and her curl pattern, that was a mess. Now, you guys, like I said, I am not an animator or an illustrator or anything like that. So I actually decided to ask an animator who I know, who I'm actually hiring to do work on my YouTube channel, what he thought of this situation. His name is Cartoon Chris on Instagram. Check him out if you have a chance. But he did confirm that what Disney said was true about CGI. Basically, when they go from the hand-drawn picture to the CGI animated picture, the skin tone does change. He provided me an example of his own work. Now, as you can see with the red hat on, the character is very, very dark skinned. But once animated, he's a little bit lighter. But the difference between this and Disney's Tiana is that Tiana is multiple shades lighter. At least with this one, you can see that both pictures, the man is a brown skinned, dark skinned man. In the animated picture and in the hand-drawn picture. Disney completely raised her skin tone multiple shades. So although they weren't lying about the whole CGI making the skin tone lighter, they're also in control of how much lighter it becomes. And they're also in control of how they illustrated her nose and her hair completely different. I'm just saying. I think that if we had more African American illustrators illustrating our characters, we wouldn't really have this problem as much. So shout out to Cartoon Chris. Make sure y'all follow him on Instagram. I'll put his link below. He actually has a new YouTube cartoon coming out, and it features a beautiful black little girl. It's educational and entertainment. It's edutainment, okay? Make sure you look out for that. Follow him on Instagram, and let's support this black animator. All right, y'all, I'm done with this. I want to know what y'all think. What do y'all think about Disney completely changing Princess Tiana's look? Let me know what you think. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'm going to catch you in the next one, all right? Bye.